Hi, I'm David Hankins,
I'm Paul Hankins.
and we're two of the co-creators of everyone's favorite comic book, Power Squared. And we're here this week for another edition of
A Week in Power Squared.
Right. So we'll start off by wishing everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day. As far wearing green. He's wearing green on his Transformers t-shirt. We'll get to a little bit more about that in a minute. But we're here to talk about first and foremost Power Squared and what's going on this week. Not a lot. We did receive the final 4 pages and the cover penciled by Rachel, which looks really good. And I was talking to Paul about, you write these things like, like a year or more ago. I know we did some rewrites to kind of update it before we started, but and then you don't really think about it, and then you see the thumbnails, and it's kind of like a little sketchy. This will happen here, and then when we decide, okay, this is the thumbnail we want, then we see it penciled and then finally inked and colored and all that, but it just like really comes alive.
Yeah,
it's really kind of a cool process. And I was just thinking about that, looking at the pencils again today, that it's really cool to see it actually come to life, so to speak, even though it's images on a page. Our colorist has returned from her adventures in con. She was on the Artist Alley at the Atlanta Sci-Fi and Fantasy Convention last weekend, and now she's getting back into coloring, and I got an invoice from her today, so I know that pages are probably forthcoming. So we'll see more action there, and then that'll give Trevor more to letter. So we're still working on issue number 10. We're still talking seriously about, I know it doesn't seem like a Kickstarter, and I guess now we'll be doing issue number 11 instead of 10, which is what I think we originally talked about.
Right.
But progress keeps moving forward, and so obviously when we get to that point, we will definitely announce it all here and on Kickstarter, etc. So something more to look forward to. We're shooting this a little later in the day than we usually do because Paul and Trevor attended TFcon in Burbank.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. TFcon is a fan-run Transformers convention. There was previously the convention BotCon, which was officially sanctioned by Hasbro, but that kind of got rolled up into HasCon, which is in Providence, Rhode Island. Obviously, that's a bit far, so we decided to try out TFcon. It's interesting going to a smaller convention, especially a fan-run one. This one was even smaller than BotCon was. But it was still kind of a packed dealer room.
Right.
There's still kind of space to walk around. And this year they brought in a lot of Generation 1, like writers and artists and voice actors.
Okay.
As well as some contemporary comic book artists and writers.
Like, who did you meet there?
Well, one person was David Kay, who was a voice actor. He was Megatron for a few series, and then in Transformers Animated, he was Optimus Prime. Okay. He was really nice. I actually had a lengthy conversation about writing with Marty Eisenberg.
Cool.
He's known for the Transformers fans for writing some of Beast Machines and being one of the staff writers for Transformers Animated. And it was interesting hearing him talk about the difference between working on Beast Machines, which was at a time when there was like absolutely no internet. So he had to do a lot of digging to get the info that he needed so he could try to be faithful to the universe. And then with Transformers Animated, that was made when everything was, there was a lot easier to access the information you needed. And he and the other writers were able to just make up their own continuity. So, and he told me that was like the only time they've been able to just do whatever they wanted.
Okay.
They didn't have to take any previous continuity into account. They could just take the best elements from Transformers that they liked and take those, put them together, and then do something new with it.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Anybody else you met?
I met Margaret Scott. She wrote the Windblade comic, and then she's also worked on a couple of Transformers shows. Currently, she's working on Transformers Cyberverse.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then we also met, can't remember her name. Maycat. We met Maycat, who is a new writer on Cyberverse Chapter 2, which is Season 2.
Right.
And we actually have the distinction of being like the first ever people that she signed for.
Well, that's something she'll remember for her whole life. And she took a picture of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did she take a picture with you or just a picture of what she signed?
Just a picture of what she signed.
Oh. Well, that's nice.
Was like she accomplished something.
Yeah, that's cool. Anything else you want to talk about?
One thing that's interesting about being in a fan run convention like TFcon is you not only see people selling like really old toys from even as far back as Generation 1. There was a lot of Beast Wars and Beast Machine stuff actually. But you also see them selling new toys at kind of a small markup.
Well.
And obviously to Transformers fans, a lot of third-party toys, which are actually more like IP infringing items.
Yeah, it seems kind of a little weird to be doing that at a convention about Transformers.
Yeah.
But it takes all, and people probably buy some of that stuff too. Wasn't the official thing a third party?
Yeah.
The official exclusive item?
Yeah, it was a IP infringing one.
Well, when you're not officially sponsored, I guess you can get away with those kind of things.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Over the weekend we saw Wonder Park.
Right. And what did you think of Wonder Park?
It was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't sad to say it wasn't the best animated film I've seen this year. Or maybe this year, but not the.
It turned out kind of okay considering kind of the development hell it went through.
Right.
Like they kept changing, from our understanding, they kept changing the story.
And
or at least the context for the story. And
Trevor, who is standing nearby, wrote the review for it. That'll be up on Trophy Unlocked.
Like in the description.
Yes. So the other one of our other ventures, a blog about movies and comic book reviews.
Video games.
Sorry, it was movies based on comic books or whatever. Comic books based on movies. Was that part of it originally?
Yeah.
We dropped that. Sorry. Anyway, so anything else we should talk about?
Well, we have new.
Thanks for reminding me. We have new merch up on artithmeric.com and a link which is below, and you can also find it on our website, powersquaredcomicbook.com/shop. It's a fourth t-shirt that's available, and would of course encourage you to want to buy it. This one is sort of if you've looked at our website and Instagram and Twitter and any place where you are, there's that image of Marty and Eli, and it's that image with Power Squared written underneath it. So it's just trying some more different merchandise out there for people hopefully will want to buy. So I think that's really been a week in Power Squared.
Yeah. If you like this video, leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you want to see when these go up, and feel free to leave a comment.
We try to do one of these every Sunday, sort of a review back on the previous week.
Yeah.
So there will be another one next week. So until then, I'm David Hankins.
I'm Paul Hankins.
And this has been a week in Power Squared.